Oh, this is a good case. This is a good case. I just read through this one. Of course, everybody in the comments are like, arrest the girl and all this stuff. Oh my gosh, this one's a interesting scenario. You guys are gonna, I don't know. Okay, so there were three witnesses, right, in the car who contradicted her entire story. Prosecutors dropped charges against boy who had sex with girl while her friends filmed and laughed. Okay, we have a problem here because we got three witnesses. So they're taping and they're filming and they're laughing. The three, okay? So we go down. I don't think she lied, but you're gonna see something weird here. Okay, so prosecutors in Nevada on Thursday threw out sexual assault charges against a Las Vegas teenager who was accused of engaging in non-consensual sex with another teenager while others watched and recorded the incident on their cellular phones, the boy's lawyer said, right? All this conduct, they're all, I'm assuming, minors, so none of this should be going on anyway, right? Okay, let's go down. Aiden, who's 17, was arrested on 3 counts of sexual assault in Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department. Okay, in May, he appeared in court and was granted a personal bond. On the second day of the preliminary hearing in the case, Clark County DA's office dropped all 3 counts against him before his attorney even began to present the defense case. Okay, so we go down. Law enforcement buoyed and believed the girl's version of the story from the beginning. Okay, so his attorney suggested the dual-pronged investigation by police and prosecutors had been less than thorough because of failures to approach relevant witnesses and for miscategorizing the alleged victim's state of mind on the night in question. Well, you can't go really there if they're getting drinks and stuff, but now the boy's story appears to have been vindicated. Not exactly. This is kind of weird. According to the arrest report filed in the case, the alleged victim went out with friends on the night of Saturday, March 24th, okay? That night, she met someone whose name she remembered as Aiden on a party bus. Okay. They don't say her age. I'm assuming everybody's minors here. Okay, so she and her friends took shots and drank from an unidentified bottle of liquor he allegedly had with him. So he supplied the drink. They got drunk. So he's supplying alcohol to the girls. Is that correct? We need to make sure all this stuff is correct. And at some point in the night, the 2 teenagers had sex, and the 2 teenagers had sex, and someone else had filmed it. Well, minors can't consent, but we're going on this bullshit here. If he brought the drink, he is accountable for that, okay? So I don't know where he got the drink. He's 17. How's he bringing alcohol to other alleged children, I'm assuming here, right? Let's keep this in mind. He did something bad there, right? If that happened. He messaged her on Snapchat the day to ask her how she was feeling about sex, the report said. The girl told police she thought he was kidding at first, and that allegedly changed when a friend sent her a message with 3 videos of the sexual encounter and writing, "Laughing my ass off. Look what I found on my phone." The girl then watched the videos, according to the police report, but claimed she did not really remember much of the party bus night, right? Now, that could be totally true. The video showed her in the backseat of a car with Aiden, both without pants, and Aiden was performing sex acts while so-and-so watched, laugh, and recorded on their phones, right? So these 3 girls, right? The girl drove to school Monday morning and watched the videos again in her car prior to her first class. She was distraught and cried most of her first period, so she spoke with her female friend during the next period and showed her the videos, and she told her she did not remember any of that happening. They told her it needed to be reported and help report to the school staff. Okay, so he adamantly denied that anything untoward had occurred in his discussions with police. He said the sex was consensual. Okay, well, if anybody giving any drinks, nothing's consensual here. I'm just saying that's one portion. And that he had initially been reluctant to even engage in sex, and her friends forced him. Okay, here's where there's some problems. We got a problem with him giving drinks to them. And he's a minor. He's giving drinks to, they don't put their ages, right? So we're saying minors. And then here's the other part. It says the 3 witnesses, the 3 friends, forced. So now they're forcing him to have sex with the other girl, right? This is very problematic. This was crazy because I was like, there's that 6-year-old story when I was like 6 years old on the school bus, and all those kids were trying to force me and that other boy to kiss, right? There's this story is that, okay? If that's true, right? So that came up. Now they're going to be in trouble because it's a coercion thing. It's they're forcing somebody to do an illegal sex act, like some sort of thing, because possibly she was drunk, right? This thing going on here, right? There's a thing, and they're the ones taping it, right? Wow. Okay. He would still be guilty in the sense that he still fucking did it, but okay, so this is the version there. Let's keep going. Defense attorney Ross Goodman said several pieces of evidence contradicted the girl's story. Okay, so what is the contradictions here? There were 3 witnesses in the car who contradicted her entire story, reporting that the girl initiated sex for close to 45 minutes before dropping Aiden off at his house. Okay, but as you see above, what's his version? Okay, they're going to have a reason to lie. So let's look at this. Those 3 girls are going to have a reason to lie because they forced him to have sex with somebody who may be under the influence, right? That's his version. That they forced her friends forced him to do that. Now, how much of a force, but apparently they were part of this thing, right? It could be all 4 of them over there that we should take down. But anyway, so we're looking down. What else was a discrepancy? So Goodman state, okay, initiated for 45 minutes. So you can't even prove that right now, right? Because that's from the 3 that are in question, right? So they would have a reason to lie. Goodman said the statement obtained by KLAS, she insisted on returning 1 hour later to hang out with him. Okay, she insisted on returning 1 hour later to hang out with him. Okay, so the home security video shows the girl walking, texting, and showing no signs of impairment. So that doesn't, but they've been doing this too. Like there's times that you're totally drunk and it just doesn't, you can't tell on a video. So we can't really dispute that. Contrary to her claims of being blacked out in Aiden's house for 4 hours, she was only inside of the home for 8 minutes. So she decided to file a false now, I don't know why this story would be like that, because that doesn't really make sense. Because it's saying she blacked out in his house for 4 hours. Like, where would that come in? Because that's like a lot of hours to say something. So I cannot dispute that. I don't know what the thing is for that right there. It's hard to say because the initial story is that he gave her alcohol at the beginning, and then they were in the back of a car. So I don't understand the 4 hours at his house. And she was only inside the home for 8 minutes. So she decided, I don't know if it's a thing because she was drunk and she don't remember and I don't know. I can't answer that one because I don't know. I don't know why the lie would be in there because I'm looking at it like this. Like, if the story wasn't even in the story, it doesn't change the story at all, right? If you remove the 4 hours in the house, it doesn't change the report. So I don't understand that. That would be later. I guess she's saying the home security video shows the girl walking, texting, and showing no signs of impairment. Okay, so that would be she insisted on returning 1 hour later to hang out with them. Okay. So apparently they were drinking. She went back over there, hung out with them. She wasn't, well, you don't have to be blacked out drunk. Are these people, see, I have a feeling that they're kind of screwing around with this law thing where like, if you're drinking, like if they don't see you like totally blacked out, like unconscious, then it's okay. Like I said, I have friends that are walking drunks and you wouldn't even know it. I mean, you would maybe if you talk to them, but they operate like that and they don't know what they're doing. So, okay, so there's some discrepancy in this area right here. So I'm just looking at that. So then it goes, she decided to file a false police report to cover up watching the embarrassing video of herself forgetting the home security and Snapchat messages where she admitted to having consensual sex that would prove her allegation to be false. Not necessarily, because if we go up here, his version, her friends forced him. So I don't know why the latter part's like this. She could have... nobody... What do you mean, an embarrassing video of herself? Nobody should be taping a sex act. I mean, what is that? So they're almost like okaying the 3 girls that forced him to do that, and them taping it as an okay thing in this scenario. So I mean, maybe the portion is that she said that portion because these people did something really trashy here. It's hard to know, but I'm just being as fair as I can on this case here. But it says the motion to dismiss the case was made by Clark County. So they literally okayed everybody's conduct in here. Everybody's being bad in this thing. So we had an exhibit. We had our exhibit list video, surveillance video text of the victim between a friend of Aiden, who's my client, where she's agreed to have sex, and then it wasn't going to expose her to this evidence that completely contradicted what her version of events were. How old is she? That's one portion. Was alcohol given? That's another portion, because that's part of the claim, right? She still could be walking around, but that's another portion, okay? The third portion, which is a major one to me, is him even saying the 3 friends forced him. So the 3 friends here would be part of anything happening to her, and they taped her, okay? So that's a problem. This case isn't like a really, it isn't, oh, just him, or oh, just her. It is quite effed up all around, because the 3 girls should be busted for doing that. Trying to get your friend raped from some guy, even if the girl asks, right? So he does not want to, and then, or that's the claim, and then he does something like that, right? And then the walk home thing, like there could be another reason why that was said. I can't really go there, but like I said, it's not the main portion where he's claiming that minors cannot consent. This should not even be going on, dude. What is this crap? And taping it? Oh yeah, and so one more thing. So if she was humiliated by any videos, doesn't that say that she didn't know a video was taken? So yeah, like it sounds like a crime is being done on her. So maybe that's why there was some other thing to it. But sometimes, and I know this from multiple victims that had rapes when they were drinking, like they'll kind of remember some of the incident, but they don't remember all of it, right? And then what happens is they may act normal to the perpetrator, and they didn't get time to process it yet. So that may be going on too. You have to kind of leave that in there, because I know this for a fact by multiple victims that had this happen. And when I was younger, we had this happen too, because there was no talk about what this type of situation is. And thank God nobody like videotaped like the actual rape of anybody here. But if you're saying she's doing it because she's ashamed of it, well, it almost sounds like she had no knowledge that something was being taped to begin with. So to me, it would show criminal actions by at least the 3 girls for certain. I mean, what the hell? Trying to force the guy to do that with the friend. These girls, yeah. Anyway, so what we know is that the 3 girls would definitely go against the victim, regardless of anything. That's his claim. The 3 friends, what the hell?